Hello, welcome back to my channel. You caught me at a very special time. Not really, I just got off work and I'm in my PJs. So that means it's time to craft. And today I have a very, very, very special craft in mind. My hyperfixation still is paper mache. I have been practicing. I made my parents a paper mache moon and star as just some little gifts. I went and visited them over the 4th of July weekend, if you saw that video. But yeah, so I'm still in that paper mache mindset, I guess. Anyway, let me just tell you what I want to make. Today we are going to make a paper mache Ricardio. And I'm very, very, very excited. On the last star and moon that I gave my parents, I'm really excited that I'm like upping my game and getting cool equipment, but I'm nervous that I'm going to realize how gross and phlegmy and spitty I am when I talk. So I'm sorry about that. I will be careful not to be phlegmy. Anyway. What was I talking about? Okay, hold on. With the paper mache moon and star that I made my parents, I practiced. I don't know if you guys remember the first crescent moon that I made for myself. Sorry, my IC just turned on. I don't know if you could hear that. Anyway, we're going to ignore it. I don't know if you guys saw in my last paper mache video where I made the crescent moon. I wanted to work on like for the note, like giving him like the brow bones and like an upper lip and like a chin. So I did that with the star and the moon for my parents. And I think it turned out really cute. I definitely still have some things to work on. My paper mache is definitely really lumpy bumpy. I don't really super mind that. But I want it to, I think, be a little less lumpy bumpy, specifically around like the brow bone, the nose, the chin, just so it doesn't look so messy. It looks intentional, if that like makes sense. Yeah. And then I want to give him obviously his little arms and legs, and I have yet to make paper mache limbs. So we'll see how that goes. And I think that's pretty much it. I won't blabber on too much more. We'll just jump right into making Ricardio. First, I'm going to start by outlining the shape that I want Ricardio to be. Obviously a heart, I just want to get the correct size. And then I'm going to cut out all of the cardboard strips that I need to make his skeleton. Hello, I ditched my mic and also my cardigan because I got hot, but I wanted to show you that I finished this. I'm very happy with it, but I already kind of messed up. It's really not that big of a deal, but I should have with these little, this is all the skeleton for structure, but instead of gluing like these little, I'm gonna stuff the inside to like fill it out, you know, and I'll show you that. But I shouldn't have glued these to like the edges like I usually do, because I gave this little Ricardio guy a border because I thought that would maybe help. And I think it will, but now I've kind of screwed myself over because here it won't be as like stuffed as I like want it to be, whereas if I had glued it to the border that I had made, all of these little gaps could have been filled out better, but I am not redoing it, so this takes way too long. So we're just gonna we're just gonna go with it, and then hopefully it doesn't mess things up too bad. So now we're going to fill him out and then tape him up. Okay, sorry about the lighting change. It's dark now. This kind of takes a long time. Anyway, this is where we are at so far. Turns out it didn't really make that big of a difference where I like glued down the skeleton like I was saying earlier. She is still lumpy bumpy. I don't know how you like get it to not be like lumpy bumpy. Anyway. But here is where we are at so far. Now it is time to sculpt some of the facial features out of tinfoil. And Ricardio has a very what does Jake say? He looks evil because his anyway.
So what are you doing, Ricardio? Are you evil?
Or nice with an evil face?
That's none of your business.
Ricardio has a very intense face. So I think this is the face that I'm going to go for. And so I think really the only things I need to like emphasize with like the tinfoil is obviously his like little cheeks. He's got a crazy nose. I really hope I can make that. So we're going to need the nose, cheekbones. I'm gonna do those like smile lines just to like make it a little bit more intense. And then it doesn't like he has crazy eyebrows. It doesn't like look like his brow bone is that intense, but I'm going to make it intense for fun. And then maybe, no, we'll just paint his mouth. But maybe if I'm feeling like I can do it, we'll make some lips so they're a little bit more like, so he's more dimensional. He's not just so flat. Yeah, so I will probably, if I'm being honest, I will probably do that all off camera so I can focus, but I will show you what it looks like when I'm finished. Hello and welcome to day 2 of working on Ricardio. Before anyone says anything, I just got out of the shower. My hair is not greasy, it's wet. So don't say that. Anyway, okay. So I will show you where we have gotten so far with our Ricardio. Anyway. Now, hold on. He looks crazy. But trust the process? I don't know. So I'm trying to get used to this microphone. So I'm gonna hold it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna hold the mic in this hand. I don't know if that's better. Oh, maybe. Okay, it's not. Perfect. Okay. Scratch all that. All right. So his eyebrows are, it's supposed to be his brow bone, but I guess I just made his eyebrows. It'll be fun. I think it'll look good. I didn't do the smile lines that I said I was gonna do. And I might add those in. I did do his mouth. I didn't say I was going to do his mouth, but I thought it would be kind of funny. And his cheekbones look a little different, and his nose looks a little different. Listen, I never said I was good at this. I just like to craft. And this is a hyperfixation, and I wanted to make Ricardio, and we're still in the early stages. So I still have faith that he can turn out cute. I also did not make his limbs. I think I'm gonna scratch that. I think I'm just gonna focus on his intense, evil looking face. I just need him to look like Ricardio before I can even begin to make arms and legs. So, yeah. We're just gonna get to paper macheing him, and hopefully I'll feel a little bit better about it. I don't know.
I mentioned this in the last TikTok projects video I did, but I just use paper towels to do my paper macheing, and it works out really well, actually. I am a very beginner paper mache artist. So I'm not really sure how to keep it like smooth. It doesn't super bother me for my projects, but I don't know if it's the best for keeping your project smooth and not full of bumps. So just keep that in mind.
He's done. Now, he's very scary, but also very handsome.
Yeah, we just want to know if you're evil or not.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yes.
Which I think is exactly what Ricardio was supposed to be, so I think I did a pretty good job for only having paper mache like 3 times in my life. Obviously, there are definitely things that I could do better on. I just kind of nixed the smile lines altogether. I'm not really sure why I chose to do that. I don't think it really makes that big of a difference. I do think that I should have done some like shading, given him some like dimension, but he doesn't really have, at least in the, obviously sometimes he has a lot of shading in dimension, but in the reference photo that I picked, he's just a plain red with no, I guess, shadows or anything like that. Anyway, all in all, I am very, 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 very happy with my little paper mache Ricardio, and I had a ton of fun making him. Paper mache is not for the weak. It takes so long. So this is probably going to be my last paper mache project for a while. Once I started making paper mache, I had the idea of making Ricardio, and now I've made Ricardio, and I feel like I've scratched the paper mache itch for now. But I will be making some paper mache in the future. I just need a break. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Guys, later.